I just wanted to make a quick video about an interesting connection that I made reading about one, because I read through a lot of manufacturing companies, and I actually really love it because a lot of these companies have histories that go back into 19 the early 1900s, which is like the most interesting thing, because you read, if they give you the history of their company, you're reading about history, and then you're reading about how these people, what their role in history was. And I find it really cool. And sometimes like you see like little connections. So I found one company, and I love when I find companies that are like where I'm from, which is New Jersey, or where I live, in Kentucky. There's so many manufacturers. It's insane. So this one company, Passaic Rubber Company. Um, so yeah, one company is in Passaic County, which I went to university in Passaic County in Wayne. So that's cool because these people are from there too. And it says, but I'm about to make a connection between this company and where I live now, near Cincinnati. It says Passaic Rubber Company was officially founded in Passaic, New Jersey, which I'm familiar with, by James Partington and Henry Matthey. The two partners began manufacturing and selling rubber friction tape for wrapping electrical wire. Then it says, well, let's just fast forward to 1927. So they have 1925. Then 1927, it says Passaic Rubber Company and John A. Roebling and Sons. And I was like, Roebling? Wait a minute. We have the Roebling Bridge here in Cincinnati. So it says John A. Roebling and Sons form a partnership to fabricate bridge tapes for the San Francisco and George Washington suspension bridges. That's so cool. So I kind of stopped there. They have more history on here, which seems really awesome, because it's just like it's fascinating when you look at the history of textiles and all that stuff. It's just like textiles and this development of our world and society is amazing. So then I thought, okay, is this the same guy who helped build the Roebling Bridge? And it says, not necessarily. It says, well, the AI overview says John A. Roebling of the Cincinnati Bridge, who died in 1869, did not directly contribute to the construction of the George Washington Bridge. The George Washington Bridge was built in the 1920s and 30s, well after Roebling's death. Roebling's Sons Company did win the cable contract for the George Washington Bridge, but it was the next generation of the Roebling family that played a role in this project. Just like the history of families, their companies, and the development of structures that are like so prominent in our world today, like the GW and the Cincinnati Bridge, is just fascinating. Let's see here. While John A. Roebling's Sons continued the family business, including the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge and the Roebling Bridge in Cincinnati, it was Charles C. Zink Roebling's Sons and Company, not J. A. Roebling himself, that played a crucial role in the George Washington Bridge. So anyways, yeah, just down through the family. John A. Roebling was a pioneer in suspension bridge construction, developing techniques for making wire rope and designing suspension bridges. However, he passed away before the design and construction of the George Washington Bridge. Yeah. This is so cool. So in a lot of these like wire ropes, cords, they use Kevlar, because that's really what I am researching about, but it ties into everything else. The material of para-aramid. They use, now this company, it says Rubber Company. I have to read what all else that they kind of do like the progression through history, Passaic Rubber Company, but they also use Kevlar to reinforce rubber and all these wires and things like that and cords. All right.